Hey guys, what's up? JoZ back here again, and top 5 week continues. Yesterday we just did the top 5 offensive players. Let's go on the other side of the ball. Let's look at the top 5 defensive players for the Vikings as of week 8, and we'll come back to this at the end of the year. And like always, there's that eye icon in the top right corner of the screen. Click on that, give me your number 1 player on the Vikings defense, and if you want to give me all your full top 5 lists and talk about how if you agree or disagree with me, go in the comment section and tell me that. Otherwise, let's get straight to my list. Number 5.
Flacco under pressure and going down. And that's Anthony Barr.
Number 55, Anthony Barr. The Vikings outside linebacker who's played absolutely phenomenal. He's got 46 tackles, and that's all really it on the paper as far as his main stats. No forced fumbles, no interceptions, but he has been very active in the passing game with 5 pass deflection, which is already second his whole career. In his 2015 season, he had 7. Otherwise, he's just 2 away from his career high. He could easily be at 10. He's turned into one of the best linebackers in the game. He's been breaking up the screens, flying all over the place. His numbers might not be as high. I think the reason Kendricks leads the team in tackles every year is because he's the middle linebackers and he evolved a bit more. But Barr has been spectacular, and this year he's outshining Kendricks just a little bit. Now, going to the top 4, we're going to talk about players that are very close together. So, number 4. I really wanted to give this guy more love than I did. I really did. I think you can make the case he's the best player on the defense. Holds it together. Probably the most valuable player on the Vikings defense. Because it all starts up front. And it's a big man. A limb ball. All 6'4", 320 pounds, Joseph. This guy is a man among men. He takes up double teams. He lets Anthony Barr, Eric Kendricks make plays behind him, even Harrison Smith at times. And it's all because of Linval Joseph getting that pressure up front, knifing through the offensive lineman, and getting pressure on the quarterback. He has 2.5 sacks this year, which is really good for a big man. He's on pace for 5 sacks. That's really good. He's on pace for about 70 tackles on the year. So that's really good. So what more can you ask for him? Last year, he had a ton of tackles. He had 77, so he's about on pace for what he did last year. And he's such a great player that doesn't get a lot of love because he's a nose tackle. So his numbers aren't going to be extremely high. He's not going to lead the team in tackles, sacks, interceptions, although that'd be pretty sick, right? Seeing Linval Joseph lead the team in interceptions. But he makes our defense work. Like getting that pressure down the middle. I can't make it. He's so valuable to our defense. It's so nice having him on our team. So let's go. One other player, he helps a whole lot. Number 3.
Third down and 2. And a one-handed interception by Harrison Smith.
Harrison, the Hitman Smith. Such a good, well-rounded player that's so hard not to just love him so much because he's probably the best safety in the league. Cam Chancellor, Errol Thomas, there's competition. But Harrison Smith is so good in the box. He gets sacks, he gets interceptions, he forces fumbles. The guy does it all. And it's just the balance of what you can do with Harrison Smith is so fun to watch. And for Zimmer, he's got to love it so much because he can do whatever he really wants with them. If we're struggling against the run, we put Harrison Smith in the box. He's as good as any linebacker. If we're struggling against the pass, drop him deep and let him play center field and get his interception. Harrison Smith is so good. The only thing he does struggle out is the man coverage, but that's not what safeties are really made for. So what he does very, very well. He does a lot of things. So Harrison Smith on the year has 43 tackles, 3 interceptions, and this is kind of like Harrison Smith. He's on pace to at least tie or be better than his 2014 sack number or interception number of 5. He already has a sack and a half on the year. For safety, that's really good. His safeties aren't supposed to be involved. And he also just knocks players off balance and sets other players up for sacks. I know Everson Griffin sacked last week because Harrison Smith made Kaiser move forward. Then there's Everson Griffin that wrapped him up. So this is a very complimentary defense. Sacks will lie a bit because we don't just have Jared Allen on our team a long time ago that got really close to the sack record. We have so many good players in our defense that they're so good and they complement each other so well. Harrison Smith, the hitman, lays the wood and then will gently intercept the ball. He's so good on our team. Let's go. Number 2.
And hit from behind. That's Everson Griffin.
And he's number 2, and this guy could probably win Defensive Player of the Year if he keeps this up. And that is Everson Griffin, who's having the season of his life. He's already at 10 sacks. I know I said I wasn't going to make that a big thing, but when you have 10 sacks, 2 forced fumbles on the year, and he's absolutely having a career year. His best year defensively as far as getting sacks, it was 12 in 2014. He has to get 2 more. He's on the pace to get 20, so he's about 50% more than what he did his best year. The sack record is like 23, so he could be on pace for that last couple of games, so it could be very interesting for him. And just the fact that he's so good against the run as well, keeping containment. Everson Griffin's a whole deal. If he didn't jump off sides once a game, maybe he'd get that number 1 spot. But he's been so good at consistently getting pressure. Danielle Hunter was supposed to steal the show and be our sack master, but it's been Everson Griffin every single game, literally getting a sack, and that type of consistency is so good and kind of a reason why I picked a number 1 player offense in my offensive top 5. But there we have Everson Griffin creating pressure so a guy like our number 1 spot can make plays.
Change with the injury to Rodgers. Intercepted on a tip ball. And
Number 1. Xavier freaking Rhodes. The Rhodes are closed, baby. And he's number 1 because offenses have to game plan around him. He's that good. That's why Trey Waynes gets targeted all the time, because Xavier Rhodes is so good on the other side. Why even throw it his way? This is the number 1 big focus of stats don't matter, but he's only at 1 interception because nobody targets Xavier Rhodes. He's so good that teams just don't want to challenge him. Antonio Brown threw a fit because he can't get open on Xavier Rhodes. That guy is just too good. If you have a number 1 wide receiver, you actually don't, because Xavier Rhodes on him, and you get 30 or less yards. That's just how it works. And it's game in, game out, same results. If there's a number 1 receiver, he's shut out because Xavier Rhodes is just too good. He's only had 1 interception on the year. I don't really expect that number to grow a whole lot, because why throw in your Xavier Rhodes when you have Trey Waynes on the opposite side, who's not awful, but compared to Xavier Rhodes, he might as well be a 3rd grader. So there we have it. There's my top 5. So hard to choose. A lot of notable guys left out. No Danielle Hunter, no Eric Kendricks. A lot of people could have made this list, did not. So this is a big one for you guys. Tell me your top 5 in the comment section. If you missed my offensive top 5 plays at the end. Otherwise, we'll see you guys next time. See ya.